A man in form departs. The big wicket India needed, and they've got it in the third over. Yas Thakur, the man with the breakthrough. Perfect line and length, just swinging away from Ravishka Fernandez. Good catch from Ruturaj Gaikwad. He was there just for that. And India draw first blood. Ravishka Fernandez departs for 3. Sri Lanka 28 for 1.
Well, Sri Lanka losing their first wicket. I mean, they need that partnership, the platform in this run chase still. Well, Sri Lanka losing their first wicket. I mean, they need that partnership, the platform in this run chase still. Santosh, they need 350 runs. 378 is the target. That's a lot to offer. And Ashok Sharma playing his first game, gave 8 runs. Nuno Fernando is the new batter walking in. But Ravishka Fernando, the man in form, scored 291 runs prior to this inning. So he'll have to end up at 294. 2 centuries coming in from his bat against Afghanistan A. And I see Nuno Fernando, number 3 batter, will have a major role in this run chase. The top order needs to stick. It needs to stick together. Oh, played uppishly once again. Lucky for Dikwella that it lands in an area where the gap is, that minimum gap. Yeah, this is the wicket. The outside edge, that flying slip. Ruturaj Gaikwad, I'll tell you, Santosh, that really travelled him. With the pace of Yas Thakur, there you see good hands. Eyes on the ball. He's a very good fielder, Ruturaj Gaikwad. The position is very key. Because if there's a slip, I reckon the slip would have gone over, or it would have travelled in very quickly. But good captaincy from Tilak Verma to keep that flying slip.
A credit to Tilak Verma. They're defending for the 5th time in this series, Rajiv. So I think they understand the conditions a lot better in the final. The 2 slips for Nuunidu. Oh, quick one. Swinging away. It'll be interesting to see how Nuunidu Fernando, he handles the pace of Ashok Sharma. Both batters, they like pace. They like to use the pace. Nuunidu Fernando, more technically correct batter, whereas Dikwella, he loves to just express himself out there. He'll go with the rams, he'll go with the flicks. More lot wristy player, Dikwella, but Nuunidu Fernando, he plays proper cricketing shots.
Some late swing from Ashok Sharma. With his pace, if he's swinging that ball, I'll tell you, he is a threat. He's a quick customer, Ashok Sharma. Like I mentioned earlier, I was told that he's touching 150. Hitting the bat hard. Oh, that really hurried him. That really did hurry Nuunidu Fernando. He's 6'3" or 6'4". There was no time for him to duck.
Yeah, quick bouncer. Good change up from Ashok Sharma. He's bowling at absolute gas out there. Nuunidu Fernando, he had no chance of playing that pull or hook. It was a little too late. And backing out of that shot rightfully so. Oh, that definitely hurried him. Sashal Sharma is generating a lot of pace here at Dambula.
And that died down. And only Fernando got into a 40 in the previous game. Didn't have a very good run. He was a part of the first game against India A and played the last game as well against Afghanistan A, and now giving that opportunity, trusting him at number 3. This is where he needs to step. He needs to step up. Get the bounce up, pull it nice and firm. 1 bounce 4. That's a good strike of the ball.
Yeah, one too many bounces in that over. And Nunez Fernando pounces on it. So that ends the 4th over. Sri Lanka 33 for 1.
Sri Lanka going at 8 runs plus 8.25 in the power play. It's a huge loss for them. Informed batter Avishka Fernando is back in the pavilion. But heavy shoulders on Dickwell and Noni. They need to start inside the power play. Yash Thakur managed to get that breakthrough of Avishka Fernando, the big fish, the top run getter in the series so far. He's considered 20 runs, but he got that prize wicket. That's important. Oh, there you go. Castled him. Coming round the wicket. Niroshan Dickwalla opening up. Exposing the stumps. Pay the price.
Yeah, see, the good thing Yash Thakur did was he changed his angle. He knew Dinoshan Dickwalla was looking for room. He came around the wicket and cramped him up for room. He attacked the stumps, and Dickwalla missing it completely. Leg stump uprooted. And Yash Thakur, he sent both openers back to the dressing room. Dinoshan Dickwalla, well made 25. Sri Lanka 33 for 2.
Number 4 batter, another batter who is in form. Scored 2 half centuries in this series, Samarawickrama. Now, this is the problem. The start that they needed inside the power play, the 2 openers who've been very good. They had a very good run in the series. But both back. Yash Thakur has delivered perfectly in the final, and Sadira Samarawickrama walking in with a lot of pressure.
And now they're going to need a partnership here, Rajiva. They need both these batters to build a partnership. They're going to be mindful of the run rate as well. Required run rate 7.5. They need to keep that on the back of their minds as well. But the most important thing is they need to build a partnership here.
Yeah, definitely, Santosh, the partnership matters a lot. But Sri Lanka losing wickets inside the power play. And now the next batter is Sahanarachige. Then comes the all-rounders. Yeah, this is what happened. He was nowhere playing that shot. Hurried on him. And Niroshan Dickwell exposed him the sumps. Yeah, he's pumped up. He got both the openers back in the pavilion. How crucial was that first innings? The power play, that innings of Surivanshi brought India A off to a flyer. That set the tone perfectly in the finals. Crowd coming in. Gate number 2 is open, entrance free here at Dambula. Sri Lanka A chasing 378. Well, that's a long way to go from the looks of it with 2 wickets down.
Hello.
They're back at the length. Now that the 2 dashing openers are back, it has a breather for the seamers and also the skipper.
Yeah, just the start, Tilak Verma would have wanted both openers in form and both openers back in the dressing room before even the 5th over was complete. So that's exactly what Tilak Verma would have wanted. Yash Thakur, he answered the call. But now Nunathu Fernando and Sadire Samaru, they've got a good opportunity here. They need to capitalize. A lot of overs remaining. They've still got a mountain to climb. Oh, that's hit him. Hit him on the helmet. Nunathu Fernando going for that pull shot. It's dislodged his stem guard as well. The players will go through concussion protocol. A little too early for the pull shot. Taking his eyes off it and missing it. Getting hit on the helmet.
Yeah, concussion protocol there. The physio Ajanta coming in. It really hurried him. These 2 seamers, they are very quick, I'll tell you. Yash Thakur maybe mid 140s. And Ashok Sharma, he is far more speedier, far more quicker than Yash Thakur. In the context of the game, India A has done a very good job breaking the 2 wickets, the 2 openers. This is where they've struggled a lot now. The run chase with the other opponent's side. Yeah, that's the Bankodor River. Just cut to a lake that's beside the ground here. Some lovely sights, a lot of heritage, the history here in Dambula. There you see the drone capturing the stadium. Lovely shot, but straight to the fielder. 5 overs done, Sri Lanka A 35 for 2.
.343 of 270 balls, that's the requirement. The required run rate is 7.62 now. It will be important to keep an eye on the gap between runs and balls, and Sri Lanka A obviously wants to reduce that gap. But at the moment, they're up against it with those 2 wickets lost. And we're going to see pace. It's going to be Ashok Sharma. Express, to say the least. As I say, good afternoon to Kosala, Suresh Chandra.
Good afternoon, Roshan, and good afternoon to all our viewers. Sri Lanka up against it now with the uphill task because the 2 informed batters are back in the pavilion. Navin Fernando is not looked really the Navin Fernando himself in this series. Sadir has got runs, but a big task on their shoulders. While they rebuild this innings, Roshan, they need to also keep that run rate in mind.
no.
And we have been told that this guy can really bend his back and bowl fast.
Yeah, he certainly has demonstrated that, hasn't he? He's rushed the batters, he's run in, he's bent his back, he's got bounce. And in terms of the run rate, I don't know with the Sri Lanka. Yes, it's a bit of a steep chase, but Sri Lanka will have to first consolidate. They'll need to have some stability. Sorry. Player a miss outside the off stump, flirting with it, bit of extra pace and bounce.
Well, that was quick again. Again, no feet movement. Playing from the crease. He was lucky that he didn't get a touch to it. But this is the type of bowler who will hit your bat hard, Roshan. And that vibration of the bat that will come in. That's what we haven't seen so far in this series. Oh, that's good. That's been put away. But, that wasn't the greatest effort down in the deep. But Sri Lanka will take that boundary.
They certainly will. They've been pressurized by some extra pace, bounce. And that was just angling down the leg side. But I don't think Samarawickrama got everything behind it. Just a bit of extra bounce maybe deceived him. Close to the splice, but still gets that boundary. Into the sixth over. So that target of 378, that's looking massive at the moment. And looks a fair distance away from Sri Lanka.
Oh, that's a beauty. That's a beauty. But Samarawickrama has done equally well to get that down to the boundary, but you need to give credit to the bowler.
Well, sometimes good deliveries don't give you the reward you're looking for. I thought that was an excellent Yorker. Almost a Yorker. Following up the short delivery with the ball that was pitched up. Samarawickrama just managing to dig it out. And this outfield, I'll tell you, gives value for shots like that. And when that went past the fielder or got into the gap, that was 4.
He is definitely bending his back. That's the end of the over. Sri Lanka, 44 for 2.
Hey.
44 for 2. Now Yash Thakur has been the pick for India so far, 2 for 21. They'll be really happy because Fernando and Vikbal are both back in the pavilion. Yash Thakur, he picked up both wickets. "44 for 2.
No.
See, one thing about the two Indian fast bowlers is they've been disciplined, and also we talk about Ashok Sharma, who bowls from that end, to be having, extra space. But I don't think Yash is too far behind. He's really hitting that bat hard. And also, look at that. Look at the comparison. There's no comparison at all. 44 for 2 and 99 for no loss. India was flying at that moment.
Oh. This is what they do in big games, isn't it, Roshan? In the T20 World Cup where India won, the start that they got against New Zealand just took the game away from them.
Yeah, we talk about the respective power plays, isn't it? Lots of teams believe that the first power play is so important. You got to set the tone. And when you set the tone, it's the middle power play that becomes crucial. As a fielding unit, if you're in disarray because of the first power play, then you struggle. But if the team comes back in the middle power play, you might be able to pull it back a bit. So, of course, every power play is important, but setting the tone, to me, what we saw today, has truly put India at the moment in the driving seat. I don't want to talk too early.
They're not getting the gaps, they're just getting the singles. Sri Lanka might feel that if they can get to about 70-75 in the power play, but still that's not enough. They might have looked at something like 100 for one if they were to chase this down.
One is out now. He lost two. I think Kosala, we may have to kind of structure the response. Yes, 75 in 10 overs is decent, but then you got to be consistent. But don't forget, Sri Lanka is playing one batter less, so wickets are going to be critical. So losing these 2 wickets, Dickwella going well, Avishka Fernando, who's been the leading run scorer in the tournament, has definitely dented Sri Lanka's chances.
Now Sadira has been on the runs, but he will have to play the innings of his life here. If Sri Lanka is to get closer to that, then not only 100, Roshan, he'll have to get a big 100, like 140 to 150.
I think he alone won't suffice. He will need Nuanidu or someone to bat with him, because see, this phase is important to me, because you got to have a stable phase. It's only then you can launch. I mean, you can get to 200 in 30 overs, but you lose 5 wickets. Those 5 wickets will be a factor going into the last 20.
Oh, and Nuanidu Fernando, he got some runs in the previous game, but it's not the Nuanidu Fernando that we've really seen. He came with a big reputation when he was brought into the national side. Now take a look at this again. There you go. That doesn't show you. Yeah, that will have hurt, but also that doesn't show the glimpse of a confident batter.
That would have hit the ribs. That would have hurt. Somewhere under your armpit and in the ribs. That's not something you're going to enjoy.
And also, Roshan, he was earlier hit on the helmet. Now he's hit on the ribs, so it just shows that he's maybe not picking those lengths properly here on the shots that he needs to play. Last ball coming up of over number 7. And this time, oh, that's a beauty. But, if he was running back, for a moment he felt that he was in with a chance, but Sri Lanka will manage to pick up a couple. It's 48 for 2 at the end of 7. At the moment, the gap is a lot. Oh. That was flying off the bat.
Yeah, he is quick, isn't he? I mean, I can tell you that India has produced some outstanding fast bowlers. I believe the Indian fast bowling revolution started with Kapil Dev. I mean, he's a 19-year-old on a tour of Pakistan, I think in 1979. That's where it all started. Nobody had heard about Kapil Dev. And then everything started happening for India. And they started producing some. Nicely done. That's beautifully threaded. It will run away to the boundary. Good timing, using the pace. The 50 is up for Sri Lanka.
Well, yes, he used the pace of Ashok Sharma. And the placement was fantastic. There's no fielders patrolling in that area because they're in the power play, but beautifully done. Yeah. But for a moment I thought Susit had that covered. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Save your legs. That's the boundary.
Samarawickrama at his best. The previous one was caressed, using the pace, just a little guide, and this is a fully fledged cover drive. Again, leaning into it, everything behind it, and he couldn't have asked for a better shot. Lovely top hand as well.
Everything perfect in that drive. Just what you would want to tell a young man. Yeah, that reminds us of a Mavanatapattu drive. That's beautifully done. Technique to the perfection. 56 for 2. Oh, that's a very good reply from Ashok Sharma. It was quick, it was nipping back, we'll get a leg by, but that really surprised Sadira.
Yeah, I think he didn't bounce. That's what really surprised him. Yeah, it almost cut him in half, but it didn't bounce. Let's take a look. Let's see. Yeah, jack back, hit the top or the back leg. Don't think it bounced as much as he expected, and also that extra bit of pace certainly rushed him, surprised him.
And this time, it's Nuvinedu who decides to take him on, and he gets a maximum. That just stood up for Nuvinedu. It was short, but he's a tall lad, and he used his height on that occasion. That was a perfectly executed shot. Take a look at this again.
A great sight, isn't it? A fast bowler running in, bending his back, generating pace, and a response like this from a batter. Outstanding. Again, rode the bounce well. The point you made about the height of Nuvinedu really helping him.
This time they find a fielder, but that's a good over where Sri Lanka is concerned. 63 for 2 at the end of 8. Change in the bowling. Nishan Sidhu will come on. The left arm spinner. He had a 4-4 in his first game that he played. So this is a good move by India with the two right-handers in. He'll be looking to bring it in. He was also the player of the match in the game against Afghanistan. Game number 4. Before he took 4 wickets. Played in his first, that is his first game he was playing. So he's got 5 men on the off. For Sadil, there's no slip. I feel that Tilak Verma should be attacking more. Shots off with a good line and length.
See, we have seen some deliveries
Hello guys, well done guys.
and especially from orthodox spinners, we've seen the off-spinner turn. We did see Ravindu also bowl a leg break by just rolling his fingers in the opposite direction. Lovely work, beautifully done. Samarawickrama, that's the wrong line, and Well, another boundary to Samarawickrama, who's played some really delightful shots on both sides of the pitch.
Well, I think he had made up his mind. Take a look at that again. He was charging down and picked his spot perfectly. But very well done.
Looking for the third from there. But some people look for them.
Well, again, going in with the arm. The ball is relatively new. He will slide it in. But Kushan, I feel that he might not be really looking for turn with the ball so new, because we're playing with two new balls, though it's the 9th over, it's just 4.5 overs old, and he will always looking to try and bring it in. And if he might sometimes get an occasional turn. There you go. And also, because the shine is still on the ball, so I think his intention is to try and bring it in.
Yeah, he's certainly trying, but he can get some drift. The odd ball can just grip and turn. Anything could happen. See, that bounced a bit. Not fielded cleanly, a single. What I feel is, with a target of 378 as a batting unit, you're always under pressure. And you are trying to protect wickets, you're trying to score runs. So in the process, there's every chance that a false shot can come in. So not great fielding. So where is the fielder to punish it?
Oh, there you go. I don't think that turned much, but that was a drift that he brought in. End of the over, 69 for 2 after 9.
Sometimes the stick field is not for the turn. Yeah, it's for pressure. Yeah, just to play on the batter's mind. Helmet pressure. Just
So the last over in the power play, the comparison you saw there, still there's a big gap. There's a change in the bowling, I feel. Yash Thakur has changed ends. He's coming in from the Dambula end now. Now these are beautiful pictures that are coming through the drone. Slower, but Samarawickrama, or no, it is Fernando rather, has gone over extra cover, and he will collect his second 6 in this innings.
Well, Sri Lanka will be hoping that this will be the day, because Nuanidu has struggled. This was pace off, and Nuanidu read it. It was in that perfect slot, perfect width and perfect length as well, and with that long reach, those long levers, it just helps Nuanidu to hit through the line. Nice finish and a great result.
So they've got that 75 that we were talking about.
Well done, Kostala. This is the second time I think you got it right. I think previously you spoke about a bowling change, I think. I didn't give you credit. I forgot. But let me combine.
Oh, now way down, and he was also coming down the track. So there was a long way. But that's a good reply from Yash Thakur.
Yeah, let's see how far down Nuanidu is, if we can take a look maybe from square leg, or we might first take a look front on. But I certainly felt that Nuanidu was looking to come down the pitch. Yeah, let's see. He is charging. Yeah, he is, and definitely I think it's bouncing as well. Yeah, now see, Deva is, yes, and he's way down the pitch. So the chances are that the ball would be bouncing over the leg stump. So it's a good decision by the umpire.
Beautifully done. But he's found a fielder. For a moment I thought that he got good placement on it. But Yash Thakur will pick up his third wicket. And Sri Lanka will lose. Nuvinathu Fernando was looking good today.
He was certainly looking very good. The other day he laboured, but today I thought there was a lot of smoothness about the innings. But I'm very unfortunate that he picked out the fielder. Well, Sri Lanka loses a huge wicket. Nuvinathu Fernando has to go. Out for 21 of 21. Sri Lanka now 75 for 3.
Mas tem. Mas. Vai ser. Dono jangan ada mana. Hari kalau tu tu. Tukar line korum misal. Kau ada apa ni cash? Asal dono. Awak tu ni mana tu? Kamu semua ke mudi ke ambil na? Kamu ni semua. Aku ni. Bola mas ni.
The captain comes out, Samarawickrama. I'm sure you heard that famous song, A Long Way to Tipperary. It is something like that, and Kosala, for everyone listening, he is a very, very creative and active member in the music industry. We'll come to all that. Let's first take a look here and look at how the fielder just positions himself. Didn't have to move. Very simple catch. Thank you very much. Easily taken, and the celebration begins. Right. So quickly back to Kosala. In the industry of music, and I think you can sing, can't you?
No, the moment I sing, everybody basically.
No, they may mute, but they still watch.
They'll go on mute.
No, so but let's hear the song after this ball. Okay.
Oh!
It's a long way to Tipperary.
Yeah, it goes like it's a long way to Tipperary. But I can't remember the lyrics, but I know that song. It's normally played after midnight on the 31st night. It's one of the first songs that you play. Like normally you get the midnight countdown is done with a song called All Line Zine. And the moment that it finishes, then you go back to this medley called the Tipperary medley.
Right.
And that's why this song is there.
So I told you that he is part of music, and he knows music, so we can talk about the subject. But unfortunately, we are on a game of cricket. Good bowling. Yash has been very impressive. Yes, he's conceded a few runs, Kosala, but he's done what India wanted. 3 for 31 and virtually broken almost the back of the Sri Lankan batting.
Yeah, because 3 top order batters back in the pavilion. The 2 Fernandos and Dickwalla. And Yash Thakur has done well. So you can go for runs, but if you pick those wickets, that's very crucial. Last ball coming up. Samarawickrama, the skipper is in. Oh, that's a good answer to him. A good bouncer to finish over number 10. The power play is done and dusted. Sri Lanka chasing 377 victory, 75 for 3.
Vimala Siri signalling power play 2. 75 runs on the board. Power play done for Sri Lanka. They have lost 3 wickets. If you take a quick look at the comparison, well, that's a long way though. India have 140 for 2 after 10 overs. Rajiv, can you compare it?
Well, 140 for 2, 75 for 3. There's a huge gap, isn't it? Around 65 runs. Well, Sri Lanka losing 3 wickets inside a power play when you're chasing 378. 303 more runs required for victory. 240 balls, 7 wickets in hand. with
Watch it.
one less batter. Well, Ramadhu Fernando, Wanujasan, Vias Khan to follow next. And then the tail, the three seamer, Shiraz and the Northern Hero and the Virakati Express. So not a lot of depth in the batting lineup. So a lot to depend in this pair. Sadira Samarawickrama, yes. But Sri Lanka needs to take things slowly. They need to take things deep. Yes, they have lost wickets, but a lot will depend on this young man, the skipper, and alongside the experience of Sadira Samarawickrama. But India A pulling things back in a big occasion, the big game. Yes, Thakur, 3 wickets for him. His express, he's landed the ball in very good areas, and he's been rewarded well.
Yeah, it has been a great comeback by India. Sri Lanka kind of got off to a flyer, but grabbing 3 wickets. Trying for that lap. Now reach protection at deep fine leg. Will be just the 1 run. Samarawickrama is a very positive player. He'll be very busy out there. He will milk those singles. He will put away the loose deliveries. It's a different kind of a situation here today. Chasing a mammoth total of 378 runs. So he'll need to change his game. Sadira has been good. 25 of 19 deliveries. Sri Lanka, yes, they need a partnership, but they need it with a run rate of close to 8 runs per over. So that will be crucial. And in the process, they can't afford to lose wickets as well. So plenty of things that the Sri Lankans will have to work around. There you go, the required run rate, 7.63 at this stage. Oh, that's a nice shot. Using the pace of the bowler. A couple of runs for Samarawickrama. This is what I mentioned. Sahan is a very busy player, and he will keep playing those cheeky little shots.
Yes, he's a capable batter, scoring behind the stumps. The lathe cuts, the paddles, very cheeky player. This is how he builds the innings. Samarawickrama. Real sweep on off there. Oh. Just a 5 runs off it. 11 overs done, 80 for 3.
There you go, beautiful scenes. A city full of nature, full of greenery. Let's take a quick look at the power play. Niroshan Dikwala, as he is caught off to a flying start. Beautiful shots around the ground, 360. He was very cheeky when he was out there. That was a shot. He cleared the fence, but Avishka Fernando, it was a very short stay for him. Then came in Nuanitha Fernando, played some delightful strokes, but Niroshan Dikwala trying to open up the offside, ended up being bowled, and then Sadira alongside. Nuanitha Fernando played some delightful strokes. That was for the cameras and caught off Sri Lanka to a good start, but unfortunately for Nuanitha Fernando, it was dismissed at the wrong time.
No!
And now it'll be a responsibility for the skipper alongside Sadira Samarawickrama to put up a partnership and try and anchor the innings at least until the 25th over with a healthy run rate.
Yeah, definitely run, and Shedgay into the attack. From the new media box end. Yash Thakur bowled 5 overs, picked up 3 wickets, all 3 wickets going in his column. Oh, dropped. Is that a chance gone begging? Is that the life that Samarawickrama needed in this run chase?
Disappointed. Vipraj Nigam at short mid-wickets. Couple of steps down the ground, trying to work it off. His wrist. Diving effort by Vipraj Nigam. Take a look at that again. Look at the skipper. He's disappointed as well.
Yeah, definitely, it's a chance. A slower delivery into the pitch. Vipraj Nigam going with both hands. And Sadira Samarawickrama gets alive. It was dropped at 25. So Suryan Shetke is the third seamer in the Indian bowling lineup. He's been a part of it throughout the series. Oh, what a shot. Lovely pick-up shot from Samarawickrama. Through mid-wicket, that's his first maximum and the first boundary.
Samarawickrama, he will not hold back. If he sees the poor delivery, he will definitely pounce on it. Very little pace from Suryan Shetke, sitting up nicely, rocking onto the back foot and hammering it over short mid-wicket into the deep mid-wicket fence for 6. There you go. Finishing off in style. Disappointing for Shetke though. He needs to figure out the length that he needs to bowl on the surface, because he did see how the Indian batters took on the Sri Lankan bowlers. Pick up. Beautiful piece of timing. Just a couple of fielders behind square. A deep fine leg and deep square leg. And Samarawickrama will thread them quite comfortably.
Back-to-back boundaries for Samarawickrama. And on this occasion, he played it very finer. The previous 6 was front of square through mid-wicket. This one going towards that backward square leg region. This is good batting. This is the aggression. This is what Sri Lanka A want, despite losing 3 wickets. Someone to step up. An expensive start for Shetke. Yeah, look at the run rate, the current run rate and the required run rate looks equal. So 11 off it, 12 done, 91 for 3.
Well, 25 of 17, Avishka failing again. Nonidu and Sadira putting up a partnership, but look at the bowling. Yash managing to grab all 3 wickets. Standout performance so far for the Indian bowlers. Nishan Sidhu, he will continue 2 overs, 11 runs conceded so far. Important passage of play for both teams. Wrist work through mid-wicket. That'll have enough legs to cross the boundary. Sadira Samarawickrama, he will continue on his merry way.
That's a true class shot. He came down the track on the offside and then flicks it over short mid-wicket into that gap with not much power, but that placement in the vacant region matters a fact for Sadira Samarawickrama to get a boundary. Drops it short into the gap. The previous boundary really did this to Nishant Sindhu to hold back his length, and Sadira pouncing on it on the back foot, placing it through the gap. Back-to-back fours.
One through the onside, one through the offside. This is great piece of batting. Great game of awareness of where the fielders are placed. Sadira Samarawickrama bringing out all the class. Two fielders behind square inside the circle, and he just manages to thread them. A great piece of batting. The last 12 balls, the Sri Lankans changing gears. 23 runs. Holding up a little bit. 99 runs on the board for Sri Lanka so far. Well, it's nothing to do with the run rate at this stage. Sri Lanka well within the reach. They're keeping in par with the required run rate as well. 100 up for Sri Lanka in the 13th over. Sadira Samarawickrama alongside Samarawickrama moving alongside.
In terms of the run rate, yes, that's a tick on the box, but I'm really worried about the wickets column. It's a very good start, but like Roshan mentioned, Iran, Sri Lanka A with one less batter. That was short. Placed nicely into the gap, couple of runs, pushing harder.
Samarawickrama, the skipper, he will need to lead from the front. Huge responsibility on his shoulders. He will need to be very calm. He will need to guide the team through. Good over for Sri Lanka. 11 runs coming off it. 13 overs done. 1-0-2 for 3. That's the equation that Sri Lanka are looking at. 276 runs required of 222 deliveries. Required run rate 7.46. As Rajiv did mention previously, it's the wickets column that the Sri Lankans would be concerned about at this stage. But these two batters, they're trying to put up a partnership, 27-run partnership so far. That's a lovely shot, but equally well fielded. Surely saved 3 runs there.
Yes, Sadira is batting brilliantly so far. I had a feeling that the bowler had some tickle on it and then slowed the pace. Good effort from the bowler and also Ashok Sharma at mid-off, keeping just for a single. As wickets column will really worry Sri Lanka. These two batters will have to bat a long time. One of these two will have to be around in this run chase for Sri Lanka A. In this top order, losing 3 wickets inside the power play was the downfall. But now this partnership is giving some hope. So Talent TV A-Team Tri-Nation One Day Series 2026. This is the final, and Talent TV celebrated their first year of sports and entertainment coming in for all these young stars, young cricketers, men and women cricket. And this series featured a lot of young stars of Sri Lanka A, India A, and Afghanistan A. That's Dambula Viharia. A lovely shot, flicked nicely.
There's protection. And also, these players will feature. The next tournament for them is going to be the LPL. That's starting in 4 weeks' time. Starting on the 17th of July, going on till the 8th of August. The finals will be held in the R. Premadas International Cricket Stadium. Starting off on the 17th at SSC. There'll be 5 games here, 5 games in Kandy. So Sadira Samarawickrama is in the part of the Colombo Caps. And Sanarachi is a part of the Gol Gallants, the skipper of Sri Lanka A. So quite over so far, comparatively. At one stage, Sri Lanka A was 75 for 3, 30 runs stand of just 25 deliveries for the 4th wicket. The crucial, very crucial stage for Sri Lanka A. "30-run partnership between these two batters. Required run rate touch over 7.5. It has been a quiet over. Just the 3 runs coming off the first 5 deliveries. Shetke pulling things back. He was expensive in his first over, conceded 11 runs. But just understanding. There you go, the current run rate and the required run rate. Just keeping in par. So that's something positive if you're a Sri Lankan supporter. "14 overs done, a 105 for 3, and the players will take a break." the batting card. Dikwala getting off to a flyer as he usually does, but unfortunately couldn't continue. Avishka Fernando falling short today. Sadira and Zahan at the moment out there in the middle, trying to put up a decent little partnership. But at this stage, couple of things for the Sri Lankan batters to look forward to. One is the wickets column and the required number of runs per over, which is, I would say, at the moment under control. Nishan Sindhu will start our proceedings after the drinks break. 30-run partnership so far between these two batters.
And there was some grip and turn. Sadira Samarawickrama needs to be very careful pushing outside the off stump. He might drag on throat of the short extra cover fielder. Yeah, lovely inside out shot. Couple of bouncers and Sadira Samarawickrama stand and deliver.
Perfect. That is a great example of classical batting, textbook cricket. Look at that. Picture perfect. Couple of bouncers into the fence. So Sadira Samarawickrama, he will continue the way he has been batting out there. He looks much more comfortable. He looks a lot confident today. 41 of 29 so far.
Well,
I reckon in this batting lineup, Sadira Samarawickrama holds a very good technique player.
chalo bhaiyo.
His front arm, the elbow, the coordination, the wrist work, especially the timing. When he scores runs on the front foot, he looks top class. Comes in with proper technique, the balance. So this is where even he has not been dashing. He's having a very healthy strike rate. 32 balls, 42 runs. He looks really easy. Risk-free cricket.
Yeah, he's a versatile cricketer. 360 player. He has shots all around the ground. Lovely shots off the front foot, wrist work, the back foot pull, the deft touch behind short third. So he's a all-in-one package. 15 overs done, 110 for 3. Sadira Samarawickrama at the moment, he looks quite comfortable out there. Sahanara Chige, he has been batting well, 16 of 17 deliveries. Well, it's a passage of play, a quiet passage of play, but the Sri Lankans, they really can't afford to keep it quiet. They need 7+ runs and over. So at least a boundary every over, maybe a couple of runs. The twos, the singles, they need to just make sure to tick off the scoreboard at every given opportunity. There you go, short pitch delivery. There is protection. Oh, misfield, but will be just a 1 run. So looking at the field, with mid-on and mid-off inside the circle, looks like Shetke is going to go bang-bang into the surface. There you go, the spectators enjoying themselves here today in Dambula. Well, I'm not sure how many of them were up from the very first ball. They should be disappointed because they missed some quality entertainment. But still the game is on, Rajiva.
Nelson on board. Yeah, you were talking about Iran. Oh, lovely shot once again. The pickup shot. There's protection. Yes, boundaries matter a lot in terms of this run chase. India A got 17 sixers and 29 fours in their innings of 377. But currently Sri Lanka A with 4 sixers and just 14 boundaries. So comparatively, here's some crowd coming in. India A were 150 plus at this stage. They were going at 10 runs and over. So a lot will depend on this stand. The two experienced players in the middle order for Sri Lanka A, just like Tilak Varma and Ruturaj Gaikwad did. So fans coming in, supporting both teams, Sri Lanka A and India A in the final. It's all free entrance. It's almost a run-a-ball stand for the 4th wicket.
Well, 3 fielders inside the offside circle, a couple of fielders behind square on the leg side and on the offside. So Shetge, he can't afford to pitch it up to the batter at this stage. So ideally they will trying to get a wicket here, break this partnership, because Sri Lanka, they might be feeling a little bit more comfortable compared to where they were 20-25 minutes back with these two batters getting themselves in. Full toss. Samarawickrama, he'll be disappointed. He should have definitely belted it down the ground, probably mistiming it on that occasion.
Yeah, lucky for him that didn't go towards the mid-off fielder's hands. He did time it, but not into the gap. Quite over once again after the drinks break. Shetge pulling through. He gave 11 runs in his first over. Now controlling things in this couple of overs. What happened there?
Let's see what happened. I was just for a moment looking for the ball. Okay. Probably he missed his run-up or missed his balance. Yeah, there you go. He missed his jump. Just holding on to the ball at the very last second, not delivering it. Shetge pulling things back though. He went for 11 runs in his first over. Then the last 11 deliveries, conceding just 5 runs of his bowling. That is a good comeback. Tickles it down. Oh, good bit of fielding. They'll come back for a second run. 16 overs done, Sri Lanka. 114 for 3. Chasing down 378.
Gap of 50 runs remain for Sri Lanka. These two have batted well. Sahanarachi gave the skipper, and now changing the bowling. Vipraj Nigam will come on, the right arm leg spinner. He's got protection on the onside. 3 men on the boundary. A long off, deep mid to deep square. And this is what Nigam would want, to get to bowl at Sadira.
Yeah, definitely the right-hander will get some purchase off this wicket, but Sri Lanka, they are definitely behind this game, but 115 for 3
चलो चलो
in
विपिन
over 16 overs is at least keeping them
One
in
wicket,
par
one
with the
wicket,
run
guys,
rate
chalo.
required. But a small partnership being built here
वो सही
between
खा रहा
these
है
two
और अंदर
batters,
होगा
two experienced players. The skipper Samarawickrama
इधर होगा
got plenty of experience. Samarawickrama is played at the international level as well. So 40-run partnership. Shot, it's pulled, but straight to the deep square leg fielder for 1.
Yeah, I'll be disappointed that he didn't put that one away. Now Sadira has not put away 2 bad balls that he received. One in the previous over and in this. These are little things that you should make maximum use of, especially when you're chasing a big target. 41-run partnership of 41 balls. Oh, I thought that one was a little bit cheeky. It'll come back for 2.
क्या रखो उसको
The required run rate is 7.76. The current is 7.7. So it's not a big difference as long as Sri Lanka can keep wickets in it.
Absolutely. It's the wickets column that will definitely
और बाहर यश भाई
worry the Sri Lankans. They lost their top 3 batters.
तेरा फोटो उड़
They got starts, but didn't really go on to make a big one, especially Numan Fernando and Niroshan Dickbella. They lost Avishka Fernando early, the man in form.
इसका बहुत सा विपराध
He went early in the second over, so that
going with the wind guys बहुत अच्छे
Well, it'll be all in little phases, isn't it? Where Sri Lanka will want to. Oh! That was a shout, but that was very close. That I don't think that is the exact shot that you should have played against that delivery. But I think what this pair will now try to do is they'll try to calculate in phases by 20 overs where you want to be by 25. They'll try to take it as deep as possible within this range. Oh, that's beauty. That's a beauty. Classic shot from Samarawickrama. He waited for the ball that was given here. And he picked that very well. It's also the end of the over. Sri Lanka are 118 for 3. $122 for 3. 4 bowlers used so far by Tilak Varma. But the pick has been, 5 bowlers rather, Yash Thakur. 3 for 31.
it was brilliant with the ball. His captain needed him to pick wickets in the power play. And he did just that. This was the previous ball. Samarawickrama, mid-off was up in the circle. And it was a full pitch delivery. He went over the fielder and he got a 1 bounce for. So that's good batting. Sensible stuff from the skipper, Samarawickrama. And Ashok Sharma, he's been brought back into the attack. It was a touch on the expensive side, but he was definitely troubling the batters with his extra pace, Kosala.
Yeah, he's brought into the squad because of his extra space. And he's playing today. He's trying to baffle the Sri Lankan batters with his pace. He was not that successful against Sadira and Numan Fernando. Oh. He was looking to put that one away, but finds the fielder. Now Sadira is into the 40s. And this is 2 rocks that are surrounding this end. This is the Pidurangala rock, and on the far, you're seeing the Sigiriya rock, which is once considered maybe the 8th wonder of the world, built by King Kashyapa. We talked about the irrigation in that rock. And the efforts that were how they built it. It's very famous for the Sigiriya sculptures that are painted on that. And there's a pond on top of the rock. And during the King's period, it was full of water all the time, rainy season or dry season. Oh, beautifully done. Not the best of effort for the field at mid-off, but Sri Lanka will take that boundary and Sadira Samarawickrama will complete a half century with that boundary.
Yeah, that's his third half century for the series. Sadira Samarawickrama is looked in absolute brilliant form today. Oh, Ruturaj Gaikwad bailed out on that, but a classy drive from Sadira Samarawickrama, bring up his third 50 in this series is definitely making a statement here, showing exactly why he's meant to belong here.
Oh, very neatly done, but I don't think he got the timing in that. They'll come back for two. Now this is what extra pace can do. The partnership is 50. It can also help the batter because the batsman will like the ball coming on to the bat. That's exactly what Sadira Samarawickrama. He's got 52 with 9 boundaries. And it's come off 42 deliveries.
Yeah, a player of touch and finesse. He loves using the pace of the ball. And he's got 9 boundaries, so he's been brilliant today. He needs to carry on and make a big one here for Sri Lanka. Full toss. Missed out Sadira.
I think it surprised Sadira. He was not expecting that. And it came on quickly to him because that's the pace that Ashok has in him. So though it was a full toss, it really hurried on to him and he didn't have the time to really adjust to play a stroke. Oh, there is a big appeal and Sadira Samarawickrama will have to take the long walk. This is what pace can do. It almost cut him into half. And Sadira Samarawickrama was trying to play it on the offside, but that was too close to him. And he was, I think, Santosh for a moment, beat for pace.
Yeah, 50 and out for Sadira Samarawickrama. It was too close to be playing that cut shot. And he gets a faint edge to the wicket keeper. And Ashok Sharma gets his first.
Sadira Samarawickrama departs for 52. And there you go. That's what we were talking. Big deflection. And he was, I think, Santosh beaten for pace. Sadira Samarawickrama departs for 52. Caught cover ball Ashok. Sri Lanka 128 for 4. For the new batter in is Ravindu Fernando. He's got a lot of credentials as a batter. He's got runs in domestic, a lot of hundreds. He's a powerful striker of the ball. Did play a useful hand in that Afghanistan game with the bat. But this is a tough task. Vipraj Dingham will start a fresh over. Oh, very close to the bat. Pressure on the Sri Lankan skipper.
Yeah, big responsibility for Sahana Chige. Needs to build a partnership. They were just, when Sri Lanka was just building up a partnership. Sadira Samarik got to his 50 and he had to depart. Quick single. Yeah, turned out to be an easy single. But Ravindra Fernando on the other hand, Kosala, yes, he's a very handy batsman. I would call him a genuine all-rounder, to be honest. He's got runs and plenty of runs in the domestic circuit as well.
थोड़ा इधर तिलक भाई तुम थोड़ा इधर पॉइंट सही above
Sipping pace for Ravindra Fernando.
बाकी सब उड़ते रहो
Going down the leg side. That was going down. But Ravindra Fernando didn't root the googly. He was playing for the leg spin.
A good ball first up from Vipraj to the new batsman, just sliding down the leg, I suppose. Good decision from the umpire, not reading the googly round the Fernando on that occasion, but very good start from Vipraj.
Yeah, nice response from Fernando. He get a boundary to start his account. Beautifully done. So this is what we were talking about, the capabilities of Ravindra Fernando with the bat.
चलो guys
But that was beautifully done, isn't it? He waited for the leg spinner, picked the length early.
one loose shot आ जाओ
The placement was very good.
Yeah, anything loose and he will pounce on it, Ravindra Fernando. He's waiting for those balls.
चलो भाई
Very powerful lad, like I mentioned earlier.
विकेट यहाँ से one whip
If you give him room, if you give him width, he will definitely take you to the cleaners.
Well, back-to-back boundaries for Ravindra Fernando. So he's here in with a mission. He's come with a purpose. He knows that Sri Lanka needs runs on the board. Keeping his end up will not help, but he needs to be careful. Vipraj short on that occasion, and that's what you get when you bowl at that length to Ravindra Fernando.
Yeah, two loose balls to the new batsman, Vipraj. This time a short ball outside off stump. An easy shot for Ravindra Fernando, easy pickings rather. He gets his second boundary.
चल whip
Ravindra Fernando, he needs to take the calculated risk, Kosala.
Well, he's got it into the gap, but this time they'll be only happy with a single. It's 138 for 4, 19 done.
राहुल के लिए बोल देना
That equation, still the gap is quite far. More than 50 runs all the time. Oh, nicely done, but finds the fielder. Now this man, Santosh, can bowl fast. Can really bend his back. I think he's somebody we've seen for the first time. But the looks of it, he looks a genuine quick fast bowler.
Yeah, it generates a lot of pace, Kosari. Hurries the batsman as well. And his bounces can be lethal as well. So he needs to make sure he mixes things up. Get that short ball in. You can bowl 2 bounces per over. Get them in, make the batsman work hard. Keep the batsman thinking. Create that doubt on the batsman's mind is what Ashok Sharma needs to do with his pace. That's what I was saying, Kosala. That's the length he needs to be bowling. He needs to keep wearing. If he bowls it, pitches it up, it's going to be just a free hit for the batters.
Well, something back in the day, now this is the third umpire, Ravindra Kottachi, and our match referee, Pradeep Jayaprakash, watching very carefully, watching very cautiously. And this time he has a big slash at it and he will get a boundary. You just can't afford to give width to Ravindra Fernando. He will take you down.
A short and wide, pace on offer, and that's just a hit me ball from Ravindra Fernando. He says thank you very much. There's no fielder down at the boundary. And Ravindra Fernando gets his third boundary. It's a loose ball from Ashok Sharma. Yes, he's bowling it quick, but he's bowling it on the wrong lines, Kosala.
Good comeback, right in the rib cage. Now, Santosh, in the good old days that you had something called fast bowler, fast medium bowler, military medium bowlers, medium fast bowlers, but I don't think those words are used anymore now. It's either it just goes as fast bowler and you're categorized by the speeds that you bowl.
If you're generating a lot of pace, also you call a fast bowler, but if you're bowling around the 125, 130, you call a medium pace bowler.
Yeah, but this guy, to me, is a fast bowler.
I completely agree with you, Kosala. He's definitely very, very quick. Won't be easy to face him on a quick wicket.
This is the beauty of Dambula. Look at that greenery. This is beautiful sights. It's like a painting, isn't it? Oh, that one hurried on to Arachi game. Well, that'll be the end of over number 20. It's 143 for 4. So yeah, this is the Manhattan that we're seeing. India dominating in that first power play. Look at that, 140 to 75. Vipraj Nikam. None for 18. He's into his third. He's been expensive. Ravindra Fernando took him on in the previous over. He's on strike again. Oh, what a shot! That's a fantastic hit for a half a dozen. To me, it looked like a baseball slug.
Yeah, it was quick to rock onto his back foot. He picked the length very early, Ravindra Fernando. It was not a drag down, it was a rather good length ball. And he rocked back pretty quickly and hit it over mid-on fielder for 6. That's a very good shot from Ravindra Fernando.
Oh, he goes through extra cover. And he's gone this time. He finds the Indian captain. Very sad to see the end of Ravindra Fernando. He looked very good to me. Very aggressive. But he tried to clear the infield and only found the Indian captain.
Once again, just when Sri Lanka looked like they were building a partnership here, they lose a wicket. Ravindra Fernando was looking good out there. He was getting the boundaries. Was scoring at a strike rate of 190. But he departs for 19. Sri Lanka 149 for 5.
I don't know. What did he say? But he didn't tell you anything. Huh? I didn't know that. You were too sorry for him. That's why they found him.
The new batter is Vanuja Sahan.
Why he was there? You were not there.
Viprajingham picks up his first wicket. Sri Lanka 149 for 5. Well, he is a promising all-rounder, but the situation is going to ask too much from him.
Yeah, definitely. I think India can sense the finish line here. But Sri Lanka, they need something extraordinary. They've still got their skipper out there, Samarawickrama, unbeaten on 25. Just one big partnership is all that Sri Lanka need. They need to get themselves back in the game. They've not got that big partnership coming up. Vanuja Sahan gets off the mark first ball. Another player that can bat. He has scored plenty of hundreds in the first class domestic circuit as well. But this was Ravindra Fernando. Absolutely smashed it straight to Tilak Verma at short extra cover. A couple of yards either side of Tilak Verma, and that will be another 4. And this time Samarawickrama lofts it over mid-off. That's running down to the boundary. And Samarawickrama gets another bounce. So he's going to keep going, Kosala.
Well, he will not go down without a fight, that's for sure. And the crowd has come in to watch this game. Has been entertained to some good batting from the Sri Lankan skipper. Look at that. Found the gap again. Picked up the length very early. Very well done from the Sri Lankan skipper. There you go. Opening the face of the bat. Oh, what a comeback. What a comeback. Now, there was a big appeal from the keeper and the bowler. That is the wrong one. I don't think Samarawickrama read that one. Just take a look at this again.
Yeah, very good reply from Vipraj. That just went on with the arm. Loud appeal from the keeper and the bowler, and umpire turns it down. So I think it's a good decision. It missed everything there. But a good comeback from Vipraj.
Well, lucky for the skipper. Another googly will end over number 21. It's 154 for 5.
One more. So the first day I met you during COVID time, remember, in a hotel. You come back from England, or you went Nishan Malshan?
Yeah, we had come back from South Africa.
You hardly spoke. I was wondering. I was trying to make conversation with you. And he's like giving me the yes, no answer.
This is the Sri Lankan batting card. Sadhira Samarawickrama, the only batter, getting into a half century. Starts for the Iqbal, starts for the Vinidu. Samarawickrama is now battling it out there. He's almost got a runner ball innings. Oh, well played, you could say, from Vanuja Sahan, but that was a very good start-up delivery for the new batter.
Yeah, definitely, the new batsman. And Ashok Sharma goes for that glory ball. And very well done from Vanuja Sahan to bring that bat down in time. But this is good stuff from Ashok Sharma. Kosal is coming around the wicket, trying to attack the stumps, trying to finish things off here as soon as possible.
Oh, Vanuja Sahan will get a boundary. How intelligent that was. He used the pace of Ashok Sharma and just glided it down. That's intelligent batting.
He got a bit of an underage there, but he intentionally played it as late as possible. So boundary to Vanudusan. Sri Lanka's going to need a lot more than that, Kosala. They need to build a partnership here. They've not got the wickets in hand. 220 is the equation of just 172 balls. They need to be mindful of the run rate as well. Vanuja, he needs to support his captain. Van Archie is looking good out there. Unbeaten on 29. He's a batter that loves the pressure. He handles it pretty well, Kosala.
Yep. 158 for 5, Sri Lanka. Yeah, his bat is cracked, I suppose. And that's what pace can do, is it? Ashok Sharma. We were talking about bowlers hitting the bat hard, and he's definitely hit the bat hard.
Yes, he impressed all of us today. Yes, he's been a touch on the expensive side today, but he's definitely troubled the batters.
Well, he's called in for a chest guard because he's found out that Ashok Sharma can really hurt you. And he has that tendency to bowl into the ribs.
Yeah, extra protection is always good. You need to take all the precautions as possible, especially when you're facing a quick bowler like Ashok Sharma.
And especially, he has that tendency to bowl into your rib cage. With the height that he has, he will get extra bounce as well. His extra space. Oh, he was trying the Yorker. It's a no ball. And we'll get a free hit.
I think it's a foot fault, Kosala. Just overstepping on that occasion. Yeah, it's a big no ball from Ashok Sharma. Going for that extra effort. Trying to get that Yorker in, get him out. But now, Vanudusan, he has a free hit. So free hit to Vanudusan. Oh, it's bowled in, but fortunately for Vanuja, it was a free hit.
Because I think they won't allow you. Because for the free hit, you have to be in position.
Yeah, so they had to play with only 10 men for that free hit delivery. That one castled Vanudusan, but free hit delivery. They're bringing that short leg in for Vanudusan. And they wanted a helmet, but they couldn't have it during the free hit. The little things that we need to keep our viewers informed. Vanudusan manages to get onto the other end. Sri Lanka will just march to 160 for 5, but they've got a long way to go. More than 200 runs required with only just 5 wickets in hand. India, you can see the body language of the Indians now. They feel that they've got it under control.
Yeah, half the side back in the dressing room. The top order all failing today for Sri Lanka, especially Avishka Fernando. Much was expected from him today. The man in form, couple of centuries in this series. Was out early. Yash Thakur, shot pulled. That's in the gap and that's 4. Samarawickrama is looking absolutely brilliant out there.
Well, to me, he's been a fantastic player during this entire tri-series. Just look at the time he has to play that. And mind you, this guy bowls at over 140, but the time he had to play it in front of square, that's, say I go. But normally when you have extra pace, the intent of the pull intends to go towards square leg. But there you go, Samarawickrama, how early he dispatches it to the boundary. I feel that this man has a lot to offer for Sri Lanka cricket. Oh, it's only a single, but it'll take Sri Lanka to 165 for 5. 22 overs are done.
There you mean.
Right, and that's the equation. Sri Lanka need 213 runs of 168 deliveries. Well, it's not about the runs and the deliveries at this stage. It's about the number of wickets that the Sri Lankans have in hand. Just the 5 wickets left. Samarawickrama, the skipper, he looks good. But the question is he running out of partners? Vanuja Sahan, he's capable with the bat. We did see it throughout the tournament as well. And Vipraj Nigam, he will continue. As I say, a very good evening to Roshan Abhisinga.
Same to Iran, and good evening to everyone tuned in. Yeah, but it's a bit of an uphill task for Sri Lanka, but cricket is a funny old game and anything is possible. It's not over until it's over. But India will be the happier of the two teams. Considering how they have scalped the Sri Lankan batters. And this is very encouraging, isn't it? I always believe that Dambula is a fantastic venue to play cricket because of these people. They're very good. Oh, look at him. Isn't he cute? Now, that is outside the off stump. So Dambula is a lovely venue to play cricket because the fans, they're very faithful. They turn up. They make sure that they come in by the number.
There you go. That was surely sliding down the offside. Vanuja Sahan, he has been out there for some time, but the more dot deliveries at this stage the Sri Lankans would face, the run rate, in fact the required run rate, would keep going uphill. So they need to take care of the run rate as well. There you go, the current run rate 7.32, the required run rate 7.76. They managed to keep it under 8 runs per over for a longer period of time. But Roshan, there again, the wickets column is the crucial issue that Sri Lankans are currently facing. One more delivery. It has been a very tough over. Just the one delivery left. Vanuja Sahan is not looking very comfortable out there. 2 runs coming off that over. Good one by Vipraj Nigam. 23 overs done, 167 for 5. That's the batting card. None of the batters really going to make that big score. Samarawickrama, he looked very good for his 52 before he was dismissed. Ravindu, I'd say that he got off to a very good start, 19 of 10 deliveries. He looks solid, but again throw away his wicket. So that has been the story for the Sri Lankans. There haven't been
ආරක කළු ලැබෙනවා.
long partnerships, just like the Indian batters did have in the middle. That probably has been the downfall so far. Tilak Varma, he decides to take the ball in hand to see how it would work for him out there in the middle.
Well, Sri Lanka always needed a solid start if they were ever going to get close to this fairly mammoth score in 50 over cricket. You're looking at what, 378? That's a lot of runs. It's a 50 over 300 ball game. You're chasing 378. So you needed one or two special efforts from Sri Lanka, and quite a few of them promised. Dikwella promised. Samarawickrama promised. Even Ravidu Fernando showed us glimpses of what he could do. And now Samarawickrama is promising to make something big. The unfortunate thing for Sri Lanka is that none of them really went on and got that big score that a team will require when they're looking to overhaul a score of this magnitude.
All in all, credits to the Indian bowlers. They have been brilliant out there. They have managed to grab the wickets at crucial intervals. They haven't really given the Sri Lankan batters the opportunity. There you go. Youngsters walking out on a Sunday evening. Probably they might have been there for a longer time. Oh, gets the outside edge. An educated one. But the fielder will just cut it off. Will be a couple of runs for Samarawickrama.
There is something for the spinners. There's definitely some grip that time. Samarawickrama was beaten, looking to play the drive, went through that vacant slip area. So I can understand why Tilak Varma has brought himself on, bowls handy off spin.
Yeah, with two left-hand batters out there, Roshan, fair point. Spinning the ball away from the left-hand batters.
Well, let's take a look at that previous delivery. There you are. You could see that just a hint of turn. Wide. The umpire was not fooled by it. But that previous one certainly had a bit of grip. Now this is that wide. And turn.
Yeah, Tilak Varma, he's a warrior. He will keep fighting with the bat in hand. He was great. Now taking the responsibility with the ball in hand, knowing that there is something on offer for the spinners. The ball is biting off the surface, is gripping, turning. It has been a quiet over once again. Now the Sri Lankans, they can't afford to have too many quiet overs. It's then when the pressure starts building. They need to try and keep the required run rate under 8 runs as much as possible. That held up a little bit. Well, a decent over for the Indians, conceding just the 4 runs. 24 overs done, 173 for 5. Yash Thakur, the key performer, the sensation at the start of the innings, grabbing 3 important wickets right at the top, bringing India into the game straight away by breaking those important partnerships. Which has really helped the Indians to keep this game under control so far. Sri Lankans unfortunately losing wickets at crucial intervals. Shot straight up in the air, but will be safe. Prashant, what do you think the strategy of the Sri Lankan batters would be? Maybe the next 10 overs, how should they plan themselves if they are to chase down this mammoth total?
I think the key will be to not lose wickets. That's the wrong, and again, not in control. Just a bit of bounce. They'll have to bat for a phase where they don't lose wickets. In the modern game, run rates down to the last 5 to 10 overs. 8-9 runs an over is not difficult. But it's the key factor is wickets, and Sri Lanka are short of it because they're almost gone through the top half. And now they're down to the bottom half of the batting.
If you're talking about the last 10 overs, it's about 15 overs ahead at this stage. We are into the 25th over, half stage of the innings. Sweeps it front of square will be just the 1 run. The last 30 deliveries, they have managed to score run aboard, but the point to consider, they have lost that wicket. So if you break it into 5 overs, 30 balls for the past few slots, you will see that at every stage they have lost a wicket. Beautiful. Samarawickrama playing it off smartly. 4 runs coming off that over. 25 overs done. Sri Lanka 177 for 5.
डालना है तुझे इसे डालना है तो मैं दूंगा तू कॉन्फिडेंट रहना चाहिए
It has been a beautiful Sunday in Dambula. Plenty of action. The river sweep comes out, but straight down the throat of the short third fielder. Look at Tilak Varma. He's pumped up. Samarawickrama departs at a crucial time.
Well, that will be possibly the last nail for Sri Lanka. The only remaining specialist batter, Samarawickrama, fighting a lone battle, trying to make something out of a very difficult situation. This is that reverse, premeditated, never in control, and a fairly simple chance to the man at short third. So 38 of 40 for Samarawickrama. It's 177 for 6, Sri Lanka.
Tilak Varma, we did mention that he's a very capable bowler, a strong warrior. He will never give up. And with the 2 left-hand batters out there in the middle, before Samarawickrama was dismissed, he took up the challenge. Wickets, well, he can bat, no doubt about that. But the question would be, it's a very, very long journey for the Sri Lankans.
Well, another look. Samarawickrama aiming for the reverse. Just finds the field and never got that, got the energy or the power behind the shot. Fairly simple one to the fielder. And yeah, every reason for the captain to celebrate, because that was the obstacle as far as India A was concerned.
Oh, that kept low. V.S. Khan will tick off a single. He'll get off the mark. Vanuja Sahan, he will need to take control now. He's a senior batter.
Tilak bhai, बहुत छे.
Tilak Varma. He's been great. Shot. Punched in front of square. Will that be a welcome boundary for Sri Lanka after some time?
Well, not that it's really going to matter too much at this stage. 182 for 6, not even at the halfway stage. Short delivery and bang through mid-wicket. That's another look, stayed down. Very easily done.
One more run added to the total. Tilak Varma, he'll be a very happy captain. They have done everything right today. The two opening batters, getting them off to a flyer, then the middle order, putting up those partnership finishing touches by Uncle Roy. And now the bowlers with the ball in hand. So it has been an all-round package by the Indians.
One ball to go. Last ball of the over. Now could have been trouble. There could have been trouble, and good Lord, Samarawickrama hit him on the knee. And he's a good 10 feet away from the stumps. Where are you aiming? Oh, gosh. On the knee or somewhere on the thigh. He'll need some treatment for sure. Maybe some icing. But it's all right. 184 for 6.
Sir, खड़ा हो, किसी मार. सही, angle शांत right ही है.
Well, I think they're resigned to their fate. They're starting to move. People realize that it's an uphill task, and some of them have decided to start going back home. And who can blame them, Iran? They came here hoping that Sri Lanka will challenge India and maybe win. That was the plan until that opening partnership that took the game away from Sri Lanka, and now the Indian bowlers have just been knocking over the Sri Lankan batting, Sri Lankan A batting.
Vipraj Nigam, a 21-year-old, a great prospect for the future of Indian cricket. He has been sensational throughout this tournament with the ball in hand, with the bat in hand. He has proven himself to be a proper all-rounder. When India needed him with the bat in hand, he has delivered. So a player for the Indian cricketing future. These are the positive outcomes that you would tick yourself off, especially in these kind of tournaments. There you go, the fans. Surely disappointed. They wanted the home team to win. But we aren't done yet. Miracles could happen. That's the comparison. India were 211 for 2 after 26.4 overs. They were cruising along. They were just unstoppable.
Well, the boundaries have dried up as well, that the run rate is now under 7 runs, the current run rate. The requirement is over 8. So with every dot ball and every passing over, that required run rate is going to increase. 27 overs completed. It's 187 for 6.
Yeah. 191 runs required for the Sri Lankans of 138 deliveries. It's a long journey. It's an uphill for the Sri Lankans at this stage with 4 wickets in hand. Nishan Sidhu, 4 overs for 27 runs, yet to grab a wicket probably. If he could look for an opportunity at this stage, with the lower batting order being exposed. Well, the singles aren't going to hurt Indians at all.
Yeah, India wouldn't mind singles at this stage because the asking rate is climbing and quite steep. With wickets, if Sri Lanka had wickets for sure, there could have been a challenge that gets mounted. The run rate maintained is quite good, close to 7 runs. And the asking rate, which is little over 8, is also very gettable. Going into the last 5 to 10 overs if you have wickets in hand. What India has done extremely well is look at those follow wickets. They kept knocking batters over. No partnership at all. Maybe 3rd wicket and the 4th wicket. They were brief, but nowhere close to those massive partnerships that India built. The opening partnership and then Gaikwad and Varma. It's been a wonderful outing for the Indian A team this final.
Tilak Varma and his team, they have played some quality cricket, positive cricket all throughout the tournament. ...191 on the board, 14-run partnership so far between these two batters. The singles wouldn't really hurt the Indians at this stage. Four singles coming off this over. The required run rate will keep going up. And the two batters will continue to milk the singles around, but it all started with the two Indian opening batters, the explosive start that they got during the power play. That really put Sri Lanka on the back foot. Yes, they managed to drag things a little bit during the latter part of the innings, but Anukul Roy once again pulling things off in style. That's a loud appeal. Turned down by the umpire. 28 overs done, 192 for 6.
Scenes and some lovely places in Dambula and roundabout. So much of history, so much of culture, and anyone watching and never toured Sri Lanka, I think this is another reason why you should consider coming to Sri Lanka, as there are some absolutely breathtaking places coupled with history and so much of stories, so much to learn. And it is time for some drinks with Sri Lanka on 192 for 6.
මේ අපි එන්න කියලා හවුද?
$192 for 6. That's where Sri Lanka is. The two Vs are batting out there. Vanuja and Vyas. Dulat Samudija, Mohammad Shiraz and Kokodas Matsudan to come. Not much batting credentials they have. Sri Lanka are with the uphill task in Indian bowling. Yash Thakur the pick. 31 for 3. A wicket for Ashok, a wicket for Vipraj, and a wicket for Varma. So, Santosh, just a matter of time. It's the initiative we would look at because it's a daunting task. And I like the way this guy went about. He's expensive, but he can really bowl quick.
Yeah, Sri Lanka chasing 377. They didn't start well as well as they would have liked. These are the wickets. Avishka Fernando, the first to fall. And Sandikwal got a start and then got out. And Nuan Fernando as well got a start. Got out, not really going on to get a big one. Sadira Samarawickrama got to his 50. Then a rather soft dismissal. Ravinder Fernando played a couple of big shots. And then hit one straight to the short extra cover fielder. So Sri Lanka 192, 93 now for 6. Like you mentioned, Kosa, an uphill task now. It's a matter of time for India to finish things off.
That's how Zahan Archie gave us dismiss. Tilak Varma. Look how happy he is. Vanuja Sahan, he can bat, but 22 overs. 22 overs to get 180 runs is still, equation-wise, gettable. But you need to have batters to do that. And this man, very soon, is trying to castle somebody.
Yeah, the last pair for Sri Lanka. The next batters to follow. Not known for their batting, but India, credit to them. Khosla lost the toss for the 5th time, but they were happy to bat first. They defended in all 5 games, got the start they needed from Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Down the leg will be called a wide, yes. Got the start from Suryavanshi, and ever since then, Khosla, it has just been India all the way.
Yeah, it's been one-way traffic, isn't it? After they made that 370, 140 runs in the power play. It always sets up for a big total. I thought Sri Lanka pulled it back at a certain time, but again that last over from Mathulan, going for over 20. You see, little scores just puts you off, but very well fielded. Look at the commitment still from the Indians. Because if it's 345 to 350, Sri Lanka will feel okay, 350. But once you get to the 370, that's the psychological part that comes into the mind, and then you feel that you need to start at around 8 runs and over. That's what the Sri Lankan openers tried to do. Yash Thakur was good, and they bowled with a slip to Avishka Fernando. That was something surprising to me. Piers Khan can hold the bat, but how long can he do this?
For India, they had their plans against every single batter of Sri Lanka. They won one, lost one against Sri Lanka in this series. They knew exactly what the bowlers had to do to get the wickets in this chase, and they executed it to perfection. I thought Yash Thakur was brilliant with the new ball, getting 3 wickets inside the power play, setting the tone for his team, and making sure that the top order is sent back to the dressing room, exposing that middle order. So just brilliant stuff from Yash Thakur. Sri Lanka 197 for 6 at the end of the 29th over.
$197 for 6. If you're just joining this coverage, maybe after a relaxing Sunday or a busy Sunday. Because sometimes Sunday intends to be a much busier day than a weekday with all the household chores that you need to do. So you're just getting into the ground or just switching on your television or logging on to us from whichever part of the world you are. It's good evening here in Dambula. And we're seeing a change in the bowling. It's going to be the left arm spin of Anukul Roy, who's going to come in. He's been good in this. He's picked up wickets in this series. This is the Tri-Series A-team final. Starts off with a long hop, and Varju Sahan will put that away for a boundary.
Yeah, short ball. Not a great start from Anukul Roy to the left-handed Varju Sahan. He's been out there for quite some time. Spent 28 balls at the wicket right now. He's seen the ball pretty well. A drag down from Anukul Roy, and Varju Sahan just smashes that to the boundary.
Yeah, rank bad ball. Beautifully put away by Varju Sahan. And coming back, Sri Lanka won the toss. They asked the Indian A team to bat. Oh, no, was there bat on that? Yeah, it's been given a single, is it? Those runs. And India posted 377 in their allotted 50 overs for a loss of 7 wickets. Vaibhav Suryavanshi really took on the Sri Lankan bowlers when he made a top score of 90. Tilak Varma chipped in with 50. And there were a lot of starts for a lot of batters. And Sijge, Anukul Roy had a brilliant last over against Mathalan, and they ended up at 377. In reply, this is what you see. Sri Lanka has made 203, but they've lost 6 wickets. We're into the 30th over. A half century for Samarawickrama being the only highlight of the innings. Yash Thakur, on the other hand, has picked up 3 wickets for the Indian A team. And at the moment, they're on the driving seat. Sri Lanka needs another 174 from the remaining 20.2 overs.
Yeah, it's India's game now. We just kind of wanted to... We got a small 27-run partnership going on for Sri Lanka, but it's not going to be enough for Sri Lanka. They need a lot of boundaries right now, but they've not got any batting remaining. All the batters back in the dressing room. Sadhir Samarawickrama, he looked good. He looked like he was well on course to get a big knock and maybe help Sri Lanka get close to that total, but just as he scored his 50, he had to depart. So 8 runs off that over. Sri Lanka 205 for 6.
हेलो थोड़ा तेज करना पड़ेगा, बारिश का है. 5 ओवर अच्छा डिसीजन, बाउंड्री रोक के खत्म होगा.
Equation never, between runs and balls, never got below that 50 mark at any point. Though this is beautiful, isn't it? Viskant, he can hold the bat, but this is definitely out of his credentials. Ashok Sharma is into his 7th over? Ninth over. Oh, that's an interesting shot. The uppercut. Just a couple only.
How was that?
Directed.
Hello.
A smart operator. Vanuja Sahan, he was waiting for that shorter ball. He was ready to help it over the keeper's head, but didn't get enough bat on it. It was a deep turn and a deep fine as well, but he managed to get 2 runs. So he's accumulating on his runs, Kosala. He's being smart here, yes. The chase remains a long shot for Sri Lanka, but this partnership has definitely restored a measure of respectability for Sri Lanka. The slow ball, change of pace, push towards the deep cover boundary, will get a single. Vanuja moves into the 30s.
Now this is something beautiful, isn't it? The beautiful lush green paddy fields. It's almost ready for harvesting. Look at that beautiful side. Look at to me, it's like a sculpture or a painting done by a great artist. Oh, now you see the pace of Ashok Sharma, because you can see that V.S. Khan got that vibration in that bat.
Yeah, that was quick. You'll never expect a beamer from a quick bowler, especially at this level.
Well, there you go. This is what we were talking about. The beautiful green paddy cultivation here in Dambula. It will be a wide. He was trying to roll his fingers on that. Ravindra Vimalasiri. Wonderful cricketer during his days. That's the white that we're talking. A law enforcement officer in Sri Lanka, works with the police. Played his cricket for the police. Oh, yes, Khan launches into that one. And he will get a boundary. That stood up for V.S. Khan.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. The shorter length. V.S. Khan, he knew that was coming. And he was ready to just pull it over the short mid-wicket fielder. He gets a boundary. V.S. Khan is looking good out there. Building a partnership here, but like I mentioned earlier, it's a long shot at this chase. But these two batters are definitely accumulating on the runs.
That will run away to the boundary. Luck on V.S. Khan, Vijay Khan. He will move into 20 with that boundary. It's also the end of the over. .160 from 114, 8.42. Yash Thakur, 3 for 31. We've had a couple of 5-wicket hauls in this series. Abdullah of Afghanistan A picked up 5 wickets. Tulaj Chamudita picked up 5 wickets. Manuja Sahan. Where's Karajakan? He's got 20. 32. Manuja Sahan. They'll go through for a quick single. Was there a direct hit? But I feel the batsman is in.
Yeah, I was comfortably in. Viyaskant batting well out there. Definitely Sri Lanka, yeah, they have shown some resilience out there, but India have dictated the terms of the game since ball 1. Since Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Priyanshara came out to bat. And now dominating the ball, Yash Thakur has got opportunity to get a 5 as well. 3 for 33 already. Just a couple of more wickets in. He's in a big final, a big game. He raises his hand up. Does the job for his captain, does the job for his team. Got 3 very big breakthroughs. Got the 2 openers at the very start, sending them back into the dressing room. They were the informed batters for Sri Lanka. They gave starts in all 4 games Sri Lanka have played. But in the big final, in the big moment, they have failed to Yash Thakur.
Yeah, didn't come good when it was mattered, as Sri Lanka is concerned, but it did come right when it mattered for the Indian A team, especially courtesy of Vaibhav Suryavanshi, who missed out on maybe getting the fastest List A 100. But he holds a record now for the fastest List A half century, which he made of just 11 balls. Even the fastest international 50 is about 12 balls. Oh. $221 for 6. Last ball coming up of Yash Thakur's over. Manuja Sahan and Viyaskant, the 2, the W and the V. Oh, managers to clear the infield. They'll get a boundary. That's the end of the over. It's 225 for 6. Anukul Roy will start his second over. Oh, there's a chance of a run out. A direct hit might be close, but there were a lot of yes and no's. The batters managed to make their ground. Tilak Varma was the fielder. Yeah, it was a direct hit, but Manuja Sahan had made his ground. 228 for 6, Sri Lanka. They need another 150 runs.
चलो चलो
A
चलो
lot of
भाई
cricket happening around the world, Iran.
भाई
There is the women's T20. Santosh. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a good-looking shot from Viaskan. He'll find a boundary. He's just giving indications that he can bat. Sri Lanka need more than 140. Anukul Roy dropping it short.
Yeah, these two batters, they put on a 50-plus run partnership here. They're giving the Sri Lankan fans something to cheer about. They're definitely giving them some hope. The equation is still gettable. One of these batters needs to get a big score. And Sri Lanka will definitely be able to chase this down. But at the moment, they're just on cruise control, just milking the singles, getting the boundaries, and keeping the scoreboard ticking. Current run rate is not an issue. 7.13, but required is 8.3. Of course.
Still gettable if you have your batters and wickets in hand. Well, beautifully done. Very well done from Manu Jasan. He's not giving up. He's battling it out there still for Sri Lanka. He will move to 37. And Sri Lanka will move to 237.
Well, not going down without a fight, Sri Lanka. Manu Jasan this time going down on one knee, bisecting that gap, getting a boundary. Already 12 runs off this over. Very big over for Sri Lanka. Is this the momentum they needed? These two batters, are we going to witness a Dambula miracle, Kosala? Again, he goes for that. This time gets a single. So big over for Sri Lanka. 30 runs off it. Sri Lanka 238 for 6.
ठीक है स्ट्राइक स्क्वायर लेग लेफ्ट किया भाई स्ट्राइक थोड़ा सा गेम में रहता है ऋषभ अजय इधर ही आजा मिड विकेट
Area of Dambula, the famous Dambula cave temples. Another very rare sight that you would see. A lot of foreigners, a lot of to come to this cave temple to witness these heritage sites of Sri Lanka.
Yes.